we're combing through the aisles of Vulcan Video, an independent video store here in Austin, Texas, to find the most obscure, the strangest, and the overlooked gems of yesterday. This is the Vulcan Vault. Welcome to the Vulcan Vault. We got a great one today with a special guest, Judah Friedlander. What do you got for us this week, Judah?
This is a movie called Let's Scare Jessica to Death. First of all, how do you go wrong with a title like that? And this is just a really cool movie. It's from 1971, and I remember I first saw this. You know, it might have been 20 years ago. It was one, it was real late at night, and like part of it was on TV. And this is like, I didn't have cable or anything. This is just like in one of the regular channels, like at like 3 in the morning. I was like, what the fuck is this? It was like really good. And then I looked it up, and then years later I found it on VHS. But I collect a lot of VHS movies. And then a few years back they put it out on DVD, and it's really good. The lead actress is great. It's one of those movies, there's not a lot of gore, but it's just creepy as shit. So Jessica, and it's got a really good story. Jessica is she's a woman who just got out of a mental institution, and she's going with her husband and a male friend of his. They decide to, I think, leave New York and go to some like little island, and it's very hippie. It's 1971. So it's very kind of hippie-ish.
Look what they're driving, damn hippies.
So when they get to the town, Jessica notices that first of all, it's mostly like old people there, and there's not that many people there, and you have to take a little ferry boat to get there, and almost everyone she sees in town has some kind of like weird scar behind the ear, or like around here or somewhere. And so when they get to the house, they hear some noises, and there's this redheaded girl who's upstairs.
That's a girl! Oh!
And they're like, what are you doing here? We rented this house. And she's like, oh, I'm just crashing here, And it's like hippies. They're like, all right, well, you can stay. And then one day Jessica's looking up in the attic. There's all this stuff in this house. It's not an empty house. It's like furnished, and all this like old stuff. And she sees some old photograph that looks like it's from the 1800s or like early 1900s, black and white photo. And she looks at one of the girls, and she looks exactly like the girl who they found at her house. Dun dun dun. Yeah. And then Jessica, there's some other moments in the film where she thinks she's seeing things like ghosts and stuff like that. And then her husband and her friend are like, Jessica, they're like really concerned. They're like, we thought, they like sit her down. They're like, we thought you were getting better, and we might have to take you back to the mental hospital. But she really is seeing like these ghosts and things and vampires that she's seeing are real.
The girl that led me to the party, she was warning me. She was warning me.
Yeah, so she's still having mental problems, because now she's thinking, oh, is she really having these mental problems again? But she's not. She's really seeing the shit. And it's one of those movies that's like legit like creepy and scary. It's really cool.
What other movies would you compare it to?
Some of those early 70s movies, they really relied more on story and atmosphere. Like I remember there was a Watcher in the Woods was one that maybe I can compare it to like a little bit, but it's just like really good, really creepy, good acting. And it's one of those where you just watch the trailer and you'll be like, oh shit, this is fucking scary.
Let's scare Jessica to death. The screen has captured cold, deadly horror before, but this time it's all turned loose in your direction.
Leave me! Leave me! Wait, you be quiet! I'll hear you!
There's hardly anything in it, and they do a lot of stuff with sound too. Yeah. Like you're always hearing Jessica, 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 come here, Jessica.
This way, Jessica. This way. This way, come. Here, Jessica.
Jessica, get over here. What are you doing?
Here.
Yeah, it's just fucking great.
Badass.
Yeah.
Let's scare
good.
Jessica to death. That is the Vulcan Vault pick of the week from Mr. Friedlander.
Yeah, 1971. 1971.
Awesome. Well, hey, dude, thanks so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And for more news and reviews, keep checking in with ain'titcool.com.
Yeah, and then there's a bonus video I talked about too. Check that out. Yeah.
It'll be right here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect, dude.
Awesome.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much, man.
Yeah,
That was
thank
awesome.
you.